How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be making Hainanese chicken rice. Now traditionally this dish is made with boiled chicken, but for our purposes today we're going to be doing a roast chicken because I feel like the deep sweet flavor of the roast chicken really pairs well with the deeply flavored fragrant rice. Now without further ado, let's get on to cooking. So the first step to making our Hainanese chicken rice is to marinate our chicken. So here we have a 4-pound organic free-range chicken and we're going to get ready to marinate it. Alright, so first for our marinade, we're going to be mixing in 8 tablespoons of soy sauce, 4 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Make sure you really mix everything in there. 4 tablespoons of rice wine, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and 2 teaspoons of 5-spice powder, and lastly 8 cloves of garlic. And now you're going to take the spoon and mix this all together so it's all incorporated and ready for our chicken. Alright, so after you've done mixing your marinade, the next step that we're going to do is to put the chicken in our bag. So we got our chicken, now take your Ziploc bag, take the chicken, and then put it in the bag. And now, what you're going to do is take your marinade and put it in with the chicken. Make sure all of it gets through. And then you're gonna seal up the bag. Toss the chicken up. And then we're gonna after that, we're gonna double bag it. And what double bagging does is that it actually prevents leakage. So while it's marinating in the fridge, there's a lesser chance of it spilling out the soy sauce, and no one wants that, let's be real. So after you're done double bagging, you're gonna take this and put it in the fridge overnight. So I'll see you guys then. All right, welcome back everyone. So the first step on day 2 is to actually make our chicken rice, which is a very, very important part of this recipe. Now the recipe that I'm going to be using actually comes from my parents, and this recipe, it's super savory, it's super rich, and it's super delicious. Let's get started. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to make our aromatic mix, and this aromatic mix consists of 4 cloves of garlic, 5 cloves of shallots, 1 whole knob of ginger, 1 teaspoon of white pepper, 5 teaspoons of sugar, 3 teaspoons of salt, about 4 cups of jasmine rice or just any short grain rice if you don't have it, and 1 pack or 8 ounces of chicken broth. Now traditionally for the chicken broth, it's made with the chicken bones of the boiled chicken, but since we're not doing boiled chicken, we're going to just be using regular store-bought chicken broth today. So into our food processor, we're going to put our ginger, we're going to put our garlic in, and then we're going to put our shallots in. And then after we put all that in, you're going to put it in here, and you're going to blend it. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do is to actually cook our chicken. As you can see, we have the chicken here that we made last night, and it's been sitting in the fridge, developing lots and lots of flavor. And now we're going to put it into our air fryer. All right, so now we're just gonna take this, put it in. And now we're gonna cook this at 380 degrees for 25 minutes. And then after this, we're gonna flip the chicken and then cook it at 380 degrees again for 15 minutes. That way the skin gets evenly brown, and then the skin gets a really nice, deep and rich, complex flavor. All right, so now we're gonna make the stir fry mix for our rice. So the first thing that we're gonna do is put in 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And then as that's heating up, we're gonna put in our aromatic mix, which has the shallots, garlic, and ginger that we put in. And we're gonna sear this off until it's golden brown. That way it's gonna release a lot of that rich flavor that I mentioned before. As it's cooking, you can already begin to smell all the richness and all the flavor just releasing from this mixture. And then once it's golden brown, it's going to mix together with the rice and it's going to make it beautiful and rich. Alright, so now we've been cooking this down. It's been getting really nice and rich. The next thing we're going to do is put in our rice. And we have our rice here, so we're just going to stream it in. And now we're just going to mix this up. Make sure that every rice grain is really incorporated. Nice and delicious. And now we're gonna add in our spices. The first thing we're gonna add is our white pepper, our sugar, and our salt. And give it another good stir. Alright, so now our rice has finished incorporating all of our mixtures and flavors. Now what we're going to do is transfer our rice into our rice cooker. Just do it one at a time. Alright, our rice is almost ready to be cooked. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our chicken stock and just pour it in. Sure it gets evenly incorporated. Alright, so now we're gonna take this, put this into our rice cooker, and now we're gonna turn on our rice cooker and see how our chicken's doing. Alright, so now halfway cooking the chicken, we're gonna take it out of the air fryer. As you can see, it's getting really nice and brown. Now we're gonna take it and we're gonna flip it over. Now we're gonna set it in to cook for another 15 minutes. So both sides get nice and evenly brown. All right, guys, so our chicken is finally cooked. So we're gonna take it out of the air fryer. As you can see, it's really nice and golden brown. Now we're just gonna take it and transfer it to our plates. All right, so after all that, we're finally done. We got our nice, juicy, delicious roasted chicken right here. We have our chicken rice, as you can see. It's really, really, really flavorful. And for sauces, this is optional. We have our chili. We have some dark soy sauce. And we actually have a sauce that was reduced down from the marinade that we used to marinate the chicken with. It's optional, but it really, really brings out the flavor of the rice. And if you're thinking about making this recipe, I would definitely recommend it. It's so simple, yet so delicious, and it's guaranteed to put a smile on anyone's face. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and thank you so much for watching. Bon appetit.